Here's a question. How big is your desktop? This is a regular desk-sized desk, and as you can see, it's plenty big enough for these two small speakers as long as you're tidy, and I'm very tidy. You may be familiar with the Debut ConneX wireless speaker system by ELAC. It's pretty well regarded after all, but, and I'm going to speak candidly, it's not the greatest looking wireless speaker system you can buy. ELAC seems to have acknowledged that, and so it has involved the Brooklyn-based fashion house Adsum, and the result is this, the Debut ConneX Adsum. In terms of functionality, it's Debut ConneX business as usual, which is, for the avoidance of doubt, a good thing. Like almost every system of this type, we have a primary speaker and a secondary speaker. The primary speaker here has 100 watts of amplification, which it splits 50-50 with the secondary speaker. And the primary speaker also has all of the physical and wireless connectivity that the system needs as well. Wireless connectivity is Bluetooth with aptX codec compatibility. And the physical connectivity consists of an HDMI ARC cable, a digital optical input, stereo RCA left and right inputs, which can be switched between line level and phono level, so you could use a turntable if you want. And there is a USB-B input, which is good for resolutions up to 24-bit 96 kilohertz PCM. The primary speaker also has a USB-A for servicing. It has a dial for volume and input selection, has a grounding post in case you are attaching a record player, and it has an output for mains power too. Both speakers have speaker binding posts, so they can be joined to each other. Both speakers have a 19mm soft dome tweeter above a 114mm mid-bass driver, and both speakers have an S-shaped slot reflex port at the back for a bit of low frequency reinforcement. Now, this is all ELAC Debut ConneX business as usual, and if you ask me, all the better for it. Where Adsum is involved is with the aesthetic, as I say, and they've worked wonders, quite honestly. The corners of the cabinet now are square rather than rounded, and it makes for a crisper look. The cabinets themselves are painted. This is the only painted cabinet in the entire ELAC range. There's a magnetically attached screen at the front here. You might think it was a grill. I thought it was a grill. It's not a grill, it's a screen, but it does mean that there are no unsightly lug holes in the baffle. Adsum has developed a single-piece aluminium stand which looks the business and also elevates the speaker, decouples it from the surface on which it's standing. The company's gone so far as to have a go at the remote control to provide some upgraded and color-coded loudspeaker cable, and the overall impression, now that Adsum has had a go at this system, is of something that is way more upmarket and consequently much more expensive than the product on which it's based. But of course, what's really gratifying about this is that it is no more expensive than the product on which it is based. And the product on which it is based sounds the business at the money, quite honestly. I've written about the sound of this system at sound-advice.online, but pound for pound, it's as impressive a desktop system as I have heard. And as a consequence, if you're in the market for a desktop system comprising two speakers, then you need to hear one of these pronto. Oh, and I need to mention that there is also quite a swish tote bag in the packaging as well. This may sway you, it may not bother you in the slightest, but to be honest, as a little sweetener for what is an already fairly thorough upgrade of a very good product, can't go wrong with a tote bag, can you? Yes, like I said, you can read all about the way this performs in my review at sound-advice.online. But for now, just look at this. If you need any kind of incentive to keep your workstation as tidy as possible, it's the sound that the ELAC Debut ConneX Adsum makes.